Hey guys, today we're going to go over a default on Overpass. This picture shows the general idea of what will be happening. There are many different defaults out there, but I feel that this one is especially good if the other team is aggressively taking short A and short B control. The key part of this default will be to take connector control through B and then take short A control through connector. We are going to be starting off the round by doing a 2-1-2. This means that we will have two people head towards A early, one connector, and two towards B. Since short B control is fairly easily taken with two people, we will be starting there. Yellow will be throwing the Molotov into short B early, stopping the CTs from being able to push aggressively. Then he will throw a flash over on Blue's call, allowing Blue to peek into short B and catching any CTs that did push aggressively through the Molotov. They will be blind and he will be able to get the early pick. Yellow will then cover Blue's back in short B as Blue goes to help out Orange in connector. Orange will start off the round by dropping into connector early and throwing a Molotov to stop any aggression. It is important that Orange then holds the door, stopping any CTs from peeking into short B from connector. Once short B is taken, Orange will walk up close to the stairs and call for Blue to open the door. Orange and Blue will then take connector control and Blue will head back down into short B with Yellow. During all this, Purple and Green will have been taking long A and preparing to take short A. Green will flash off the tree early to disallow any CTs from peeking aggressively, while Purple will hold the party angle from T stairs to punish any late peek from an opper. Green will then walk through playground to meet up at this wall right here to hold for any fountain push or any long push. While he is holding for this, Purple can then do the same thing, walk through here and hold for any long push that might happen. Then once they are both up against this wall, they can throw two flashes, one popping short and one popping deep, that will allow them to double peek into long and take long control up into the bathrooms part. Then from there, Green will come back and throw smoke into this spot right here, and then come up close on these stairs here and wait for Orange's call to call for Purple to flash over the bathrooms area to blind any person playing short A. And then once that flash pops, Green and Orange will both peek out into short A and take short A control. This default should allow you to have long bathrooms control, short A control, short B control, connector control, so that you can throw any execute you want using the utility that you have left, which is quite a fair amount, considering that we only use two Molotovs and one smoke in this default. This default can be used frequently and is very useful when the CTs are trying to play aggressive and take short B or short A from you permanently. Now we are going to go into the game and look at the POVs of each one of these players to learn some of the nades that they are throwing and learn how to throw them ourselves so that we can do the same thing that is shown in this default. We'll see you in the game. Alright, now that we are in game, we are going to go over each one of the players' POVs. We are going to go in the same order as the overview, which means we will be starting with Yellow. Yellow begins the round by coming down here and throwing the Molotov to short P. The way I throw it is I line up with this B right here while running, and I aim high enough, like halfway up that pillar, and release when I'm at this wall. So it'll look something like this if you're doing it fast. You come, hit the B, aim up, and throw. That should land in short B. It did. And then you can throw the second flashbang from like where you stop running, which is somewhere around here. You just aim in between these, run, and throw. It's important that when you're doing this, you make sure that you don't get picked from monster. Sometimes a CT op will peek aggressively there, and they can pick you off if you get careless. So just be wary of that. So you can throw that flashbang, or you can also throw the flashbang from down here if you feel more comfortable. You can throw it from there. And this will also allow you to help Blue take short B control. So that's Yellow's job. Not too hard. The Molotov just takes some practice. It's very much a feel Molotov. You have to just kind of get the feel for it and you'll be able to throw it easily. I can hit it 99% of the time just because I've practiced it. And the flashes are easy. And then blue, all he has to do is run with his knife out and come into short B. I would call for the flash maybe about right here, just a little bit after you enter into the tunnel. That way, when the flash pops, you'll be about right here. It won't blind you. You can peek into the headshot area, then come clear short, and you're good, and you have short B control. Then once yellow gets here, you can come up to the door and just chill right here and wait for orange to be ready, and then you can open the door and double peek there with orange. And then come back to short B once you've gotten connector control, and just hold here and wait for your IGL to make another call. Alright, so now we're going on to orange. Orange has a lot to do, but not very many nades to throw. So to cover his nades, all he has to do is run with his knife out into underpass or connector or whatever you call it, and then just throw a Molotov off that wall right there. This will stop any CTs from being able to peek aggressively. Once you throw that Molotov, I just jiggle to make sure that there's no CTs coming down into connector, and before it disappears, just cross over to this side so that you can hold the door to make sure that no CTs are going to try to walk into short B from connector. This is a good angle to hold. Most CTs will just kind of clear here and then walk into the door if they're planning on going to the door, or they'll start walking up and it's a free kill for you. So just hold this angle, wait for blue to get ready next to the door. You walk down here, you get closer now, and once blue calls that he's ready to peek into connector, he'll open the door, you'll swing and clear here, and clear connector with him, and then you'll have connector control. Once you have connector control, do not just walk up into short A if your team is not ready yet. Wait for green and purple to be ready. Then once green's ready to clear party, you can clear party. Then you call for the flash from purple to clear short A, and that will be coupled with a smoke in bathrooms right there. So then you'll be able to swing out and peek into here. The guy should be blind if he's there. If he's not there, he won't be blind, obviously, but you'll have short A no matter what. Just make sure that you don't get timinged by an opper, meaning that as soon as he's flashed, he shoots. So just make sure that, like, if you're certain there's an opper there, maybe just jiggle it a bit, see if you can get him to shoot, or jump out, because green should be able to clear this area here for you. And so you can just kind of jump out and clear short A. You'll have bathrooms control once that smoke fades. And the CTs generally throw some sort of smoke in here, and that will allow you to have short A control and be able to throw your nades if you want to execute into A. Okay, now we're going to go over green's perspective and then a little bit of purple. Purple's pretty simple, but we're going to cover green real quick because he has a bunch of different variations that he can do, sort of doing the same thing. So if you're noticing that the other team isn't really focused on connector, you can call for orange to just kind of plow through connector and not wait for blue. He can just go through on his own. And that will allow green to be able to come up here and throw this smoke. You line up with this right here, this railing. And then there's a little sun dot right there, like a little speck of sun. Just aim off to the left of it, just a tiny bit, and just a little below it, and jump through. That will land in bathrooms perfectly, front bathrooms, so that they can't see you when you're crossing into short A. And then coupled with that smoke, you can come up here and throw that smoke right at that tree, or flash I mean, at that tree. That will blind any CT trying to get aggressive, and you can come up and clear short A quickly with orange, calling for a flash from purple, who will be playing right there. He will flash over so that you can peek again. And that will allow you to take short A fast. But if you're noticing that the other team is taking connector control quickly, or they're really aggressive in short A, I would not recommend doing that. Instead, I would rather have green not throw the smoke early, and just come up, throw that flash, and get into playground. Ooh, that flash missed, but it's a simple flash, I don't really have to show it. Get into playground, careful for the long push, careful of this area and here. If they like to play that, be very aware that they could be there. And then just kind of hold right here, making sure that nobody's pushing fountain while your opper walks through playground. While holding long, you'll be holding short. Then once your opper is close, somewhere in this area right here, you can flash. I like to throw the flash right at sun, peek with it. That'll blind them as you're peeking. You clear the rock in the tree while your opper swings with you, so you'll swing a little wide. Your opper will come and hold this angle right here. and get any oppers that are peeking there. And he'll be throwing a flash that looks like this. You just kind of aim like at the bottom of this railing, somewhere in here, and you just jump throw. That'll go deep enough that it'll blind any oppers playing back here on the flower bed or anywhere. Even in the bathrooms, if they're playing in the bathrooms, they'll be blind. With those two flashes, you should be able to get long control fairly easily. And then, once you have long control, green will come back and hold this angle again, wait for orange's call. Then, once orange is ready, green will come back to this bench, stand in this corner right here, aim from the top of this knob over to the edge of this pillar, so just make like a little draw lines out, and just left click throw. That should land in the bathroom. Then call for the flash, call for the flash from purple. He will then jump throw a flash over from long where you can peek out and clear short A, with orange who will be coming out of connector to also clear short A with you. And I'm just going to go over to long to throw purple's flash really quick. So if I were him with the op, I would just be coming in to long. I'd be holding this angle, walking up, scoped in, just making sure that nobody's coming out to get me. And then when green calls for the flash, you just aim like at the top of this railing, run, and jump throw. And that should pop deep enough to blind anybody playing in gravel, sand, short A, whatever you call it. And that will allow your teammates to come out of short A, and you can go back to holding long A. After that's done, you will have all the map control that you need to execute onto either the A or the B site. And I just find this to be a really good default. I've used it before, it works great. And if you like the video, please just show some support, and we'll catch you next time.